Alright, welcome back to part 25 of the Bugatti Bolide design, and in this tutorial we're going to continue with the top part here and fix up this windshield, because as we can see we have a stupid dent here. Dent, and we want to get rid of that. So let's delete this appearance here and let's jump into plain white. Okay, so we can see things a lot better here. Alright, so what we need to do here is go back to our feature tree here. And then we have these things here. So it's going to unsuppress them. Okay, and then actually we're going to delete them. Okay, and then we're going to delete the sketch on the lower end. Okay, and then we're going to delete the surface fill. All right, and one thing we forget to add, and the thing is why we have that dent here, kind of weird, is because we need to add a constraint curve from here to here. So let's add a 3D sketch, 3D spline from this corner down to about here. And then we're just going to add a profile to it from the side. I'm just going to pull this up a little bit like that. Okay. All right. And one more thing I want to do is jump over to our first display state. And then I just want to have a look at our line, because there's going to be a line here and I want to be able to be on that line actually. So I'm going to pull this to about here and fix up this curve so that it's straight from this end. Go back to the side view here. Okay, exit this sketch. All right, and then jump over to a second display state, and then we're going to do a fill surface. So let's select these sketches and let's select our constraint curve, which is going to be this one here, and this will give us the shape that we are looking for. All right, so that's a lot better. So if you look through the surface all the way now, we don't have that dent that we had before. All right, so it's a lot better, and it follows that triangle shape on this end, this side as well. Okay, so next thing left to do is, what we're going to do is of course mirror it over to the other end. And for mirror front plane, and then bodies to mirror is going to be this one. All right, and of course we have a dent there which we're going to fix. So let's make a sketch on the top plane here. Okay, and then let's do a center rectangle, and we're gonna make the center rectangle to about here. I'm gonna try that. Okay, and let's go to surfaces and trim surface, and let's trim this out. Okay, and now if we jump back into boundary surface and select this edge and this edge, and add tangency on this face and tangency on this face, we are pretty close to that one, so that's good. Okay, and now let's check that windshield, and that windshield is absolutely spotless. It's beautiful. It has the corner characteristics on the sides which we were after. Perfect. One more thing left to do is we're going to trim this into shape. So we're gonna jump into our first display state, and we're going to take out these black plastic appearance, and then we're going to drop our blue glass appearance on it, the whole thing, and then we're going to jump on the top here, and we're gonna follow this line like that. All right. Okay, so we're probably gonna start from somewhere here and then come down with this line. All right, but we're gonna start from the center. All right, so we're gonna make a sketch on the top plane here, and then we're gonna start with the spline, and then we're gonna start from about here, and then bring it down to about this corner right here. Okay, and we're going to add some spline points on them. So one here, one here, one here, and let's see if the spline point is going to be sufficient. All right, so let's add our control polygons on them. Click on those lines. I'm just gonna move them into shape. Make this straight here. Make this a nice corner cut on this side. A straight cut all the way around this area here. All right, and now let's check. Yeah, that's good. That looks good. And let's jump back on the top here. Okay, so that's a pretty straight cut. And then let's do a center line right here so we can mirror these entities over. Okay, and then mirror entities, and we're going to mirror this entity here and mirror it over here. And let's go to surfaces and trim surface. Okay, and then we're going to trim out these small bits here. All right, and now let's have a look from the side without the blue glass appearance. And actually we are right on target with that cut. So let's put back that glass appearance just so that we can see we are right on target with that cut. So that's pretty good. And then we kept our curvature here as well because we made that additional adjustment on it. All right, so let's jump back into our second display state here. Okay, and then what I want to do is do a 3D sketch, a 3D point. I want to drop that 3D point on the middle of the surface here. Drop that there. Okay, and then I want to create a center point over here because that's where everything will come down to. If you look at the pictures here, where can we see the pictures a lot better? As we can see, it's basically it comes all the way down that line into the center, so that's where it originates from. All right, so to do that, we're gonna grab another 3D sketch, and it's going to be a 3D center line. Okay, and then if we hover over this line and then click on this center point here, and then this line and center point here. All right, then exit the sketch. Okay, and now we have the center point right there, and let's add a point on that. Okay, so now we have the point where we can add our curve. Let's exit the sketch. Okay, and now let's add another 3D curve from this point to this point here. Now we jump into here, And then we're just going to pull this up a little bit, something like that. And I want to make them pull this down to about here, and then pull this back to about here. We can try and add a tangency with this face. Hold control and the line and add tangency. And if we look at it from the side and then bring into our first display state, we can see that it's straight on that line of what we were looking for. Alright, so there's one more thing we can do is maybe just pull this a little bit here. Okay, so that's how our surface will come down in this area here. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to press OK on here, exit the sketch, and then jump into our second display state. All right. And the second surface we're going to create is going to be the midsection. So let's create that midsection. But first, let's look at the first display state where that starts from. Okay, let's drop our glass appearance again on the whole car. All right, and then it's gonna start from here, obviously, the midsection up to that point. So let's grab the 3D spline again, and we're gonna start from about from this point, and then we wanna snap onto this line here. Okay, and then we're just gonna jump back onto the top, make sure that we are on that line straight as possible. Okay, and we will mirror over. Let's take out that coincident relationship from there. Okay, so we're right on that edge where we need to be on there, and we straight with that one as well. So let's jump back into our second display state. And now what we're going to do is, don't worry about that, just going to jump into here. Something is open here, a lot of stuff open. No problem. All right, so let's finish this surface here, and then we will start a new one so it won't give us these issues here. Okay, and then I want to add a control points here. I want to add a few here, like 3, and here it's going to be quite a lot, but you're gonna see why. And then let's add our control polygon. All right, so I'll basically want to try to follow this line here as much as possible. Like that. And I want to pull this down here, so we create a small dent on that area. And then I will show you why in a second. Let's pull this up here. And let's create that dent. I want to be perpendicular with this line as well. So that's basically going to be our window side pillars. You can say that probably. Okay, and then exit the sketch. Okay, and then what I want to do now is I want to add another 3D sketch, or want to add that from the start of this windshield. I want to stay on that windshield as much as possible. Okay, and another 3D sketch. All the way on, staying on this edge here. Okay, and then let's try and add our filled surface here. Surfaces, filled surface, with these sketches. Yeah. So instead of that, let's do a boundary surface. So selection manager, let's select this sketch here. And then selection manager, this sketch here. Okay. And then for direction 2, select this line here. And then this smaller line here. Of course, you want to pull that back. Direction 2. I want to select the sketch, not the actual edge. Let's pull it down to here and let's find the sketch. And delete that, clear selection. And then let's select this one here. And then selection manager, just this line. And press OK. Perfect. Okay, so press OK. Alright, so that's kind of created what we wanted, right? But we want this to be a little bit higher, so that creates a tangency for us. But you kind of see the point, what I'm trying to get here, right? Okay, so I'm going to mirror this surface over to the other side, and I'm gonna start a new tutorial because my system memory here is something I need to close. So let's mirror this over to the other side. Mirror face plane, this one here, and then bodies to mirror is this one here. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good right now. And then, of course, all we have to do is in the next tutorial we're gonna come back and we're going to bring this indentation a little bit higher with a corner, and then following down we want to follow basically this corner here, and so we want the indentation to be about here, a little bit higher, right? But we're going to leave this tutorial here, and then I'm going to see you back in the next tutorial. All right, thanks very much. Bye bye.